Man, you guys won't believe it. It's so frustrating. So I wrap up trading early because there wasn't anything going on. And then I'm filming the recap video. And I get through the whole recap video and I miss the perfect move on AGRI, perfect frontside move, because I was filming the recap video. And then I'm like, well, okay, well, I talked some good lessons in the recap video about why you actually still want to wrap up early sometimes. So I was like, okay, maybe it was still worth it. And then I go to edit the video, and it looks like OBS, the screen recorder, was filming the wrong screen. So everything I was talking about, you guys didn't even see. And I was like, oh, like double whammy. Not just do I not get to trade the perfect front side, but I can't even use the video anyway. So now I'm here filming my second recap video, giving you guys some of the pain. So I guess there is some of the advantage. Anyway, what I was saying originally is sometimes we talk about pre-market, and there was some irony here because today was a really slow trading day where it would have been best to just kind of either skip it, be really patient, and then wait for something like AGRI. But most likely, if you were agreeing, just kind of walk away. And that's more or less what I did. But I still think it was the right decision. But where I made the mistake was usually I trade till 10 o'clock, like sharp. Like if there's nothing by 10 o'clock, I'm done. Today, I stopped trading at literally like 9:45. Then made the recap video, and AGRI popped at like 9:47, and then ran huge front side. I'll show it to you. Actually, you know what? I'll just show it to you guys right now so you guys can see it while I keep rambling. But let me change the screen here. Yeah, so that's AGRI. And yeah, this is where I pretty much, threw in the towel. I was like, nothing's looking that great. And it's true. And I'll tell you a big reason for that. And I think we all knew it in the Discord. We were already talking about in the Discord a big reason why things weren't looking that good. So we have a lot of the oil and gas energy small caps that have just been flying continuously. And pay attention to this daily chart down here. Now, AGRI is a new ticker, so you kind of want to discount that a little bit. But we have things like ENSV. Look at this. About like a 1600 move from its all-time low here. I didn't hit the all-time low perfectly, but from 0.55 to about 8, that's more or less 1600% move. And then it pulls back here like 70%. And now it's having what seems like a bit of a dead cat bounce. Now, if you go to any other oil and gas stock, we're seeing the same thing. Big move, dead cat bounce. Now, it could be a multi-day runner or continue its front side move, but at the moment, they're all a little bit extended for sure, because anything that goes up over 1,000 or 2,000% eventually comes down. And when it does have that bounce, there's so many bag holders on that ticker that it has a hard time breaking through certain resistance zones, and it will have that dead cat bounce for a reason, because boom, all of a sudden the sellers come in and then it just continues its sell-off until it finds that new support and resistance zones and starts ranging. So that's pretty much what we're seeing. And we're seeing that across the board. I mean, what else? HUSA, yeah, same situation. Look at that daily chart. We have IMPP, same situation. Big run up, and now it's having that dead cat bounce. There's so many more. I don't even remember them all. But that's the general gist. Now with AGRI, this ticker, beautiful new ticker. The problem was, pre-market, it only popped up like, 40% or so, and it was consolidating ever since, and it had this nasty flush pre-market. And anytime you look, to your left and you're trading a ticker, you think, oh man, it's popping up a little bit here. Oh man, popping up a little bit here. There's a high chance it's going to flush, because you always want to look to your left and see how a ticker performed. And actually, look at that. It repeated that big flush. It had that big blow off top and then flushed right back down. So things do tend to repeat themselves. What I actually like about this one, and most likely why I would have actually ended up trading it again, and it's talking hindsight is always easy, but this is usually what I look for. I look for these big 5-minute breakouts like we see on this candle here on the 5-minute chart, and I buy those 1-minute pullbacks. So this would have been an entry. This probably would have been an entry for me. I'm not sure if I would have chased a lot of these moves, because even here, in this weird, awkward, look how awkward the breakout is. All these like slow, awkward breakouts, and then it randomly flushes 5% too in the middle. So I think it would have been tricky to trade, especially as a breakout. But sizing in initially would have been a good way to play AGRI. What I did on this one is, again, I waited for a front side move. I bought the pullback, looking for continuation. We didn't get it. So, that was pretty much the synapses of all the tickers we were trading today. waiting for those pullbacks, but then there was never a lack of continuation. So it was a tricky day. I'm up 240 today, kind of a small day. I did size up a little bit more. I've been using like an average of $2,000 to $3,000 per position per trade, which is tiny. I've been sizing down so much because it's been pretty bad, but lately the market's been heating up a bit, so I have started trying to size up a bit more. So today I think I was using about like $4,000 maybe on average per position size, which is still very, very small. I want to get to 10,000 as quick as possible, and then ideally back to 20,000, which I was hitting for just like a few weeks before the 2022, because the market just it turned into a lake. Specifically small caps. The market got pretty volatile with inflation and then the Russian invasion. But small caps have just been dried up. So that's why I was sizing down so substantially. Still, my large cap trades were very big, but that's not what we're talking about here. Now, in all, like, just time, I was looking at this before and I said it was very nostalgic because it reminds me of when I was trading the pattern day trader account, the 25K challenge, where like, I would make $20, $50, and I'd be like, yoo-hoo, or I would lose 20 or $50, right? That's kind of the price range we were dealing in. And I made a lot more money today and I lost a lot more money, but somehow all my prices ended up like that classic 25K challenge account. Really, really funny. Like, for example, on IMPP, though, I think I made like $300 on this one, and then I gave it all back. And that pretty much was the same for each one of these tickers. And the reason for that was we would get a breakout, I would buy, or I would have some of that breakout, and then I would, either size up or wait for the pullback and wait for continuation, and we just didn't get any continuation. So I always made a little bit and then gave it back, and then somehow I just ended slightly green on all these tickers, which is kind of looks a bit weird, but at least we're up a little bit today. And for the fact that I used about 4,000 based on my average position size, it wasn't the worst trading day. I mean, I still technically made like pretty much around 5% based on my average size, which is a decent green day. It just doesn't feel like it somehow. It really doesn't feel like it. And now the fact that I missed AGRI, I think today was one of those days where I'm actually a little bit more bummed. If this never happened, I would have felt really good about today. But now that I missed the move I was waiting 3 hours for, I feel like pretty bummed. This is stressful for sure. So at this point, it's probably better I don't trade anything because I have pure FOMO and revenge and so on and so forth on my mind. So it's probably better I don't touch anything. I guess I'll go through these tickers really fast. We already talked about AGRI, so I'm not going to review that one again. Who knows where it's going to go from here? I think, actually, before I'm not going to review it again, but I'll talk about what I think is going to happen because we didn't talk about that. I think this was a really, really good move. It's holding its highs well. Volume is increasing. That's always a really, really good sign. You can see overall there's an uptrend on volume, so that's what you want to be looking for. For example, on a ticker like ENSV, we have like decreasing volume. That's always something you want to stay away from, especially if you're a momentum trader. Same situation with, I don't know, like any of these other tickers, INDO, decreasing volume, what IMPP, decreasing volume. So I like the fact that AGRI has increasing volume. That's a really, really good sign. And let's actually check out the daily on this one last time. So I don't know what was going on back here. I don't know if this was a just massive reverse split over reverse split, dilution, so on and so forth, or if this is just a different stock, and then this ticker got this, or this company got this former ticker. But who knows? It doesn't really matter at this point. I'm not a long-term investor. I'm only a day trader. So I like to look at like more short-term in terms of like 1 or 2 years of price action. Huge resistance around $3. It's a big psychological zone. It looks like I mapped out a lot of psychological zones on this ticker. I'm not totally sure why I can't even go back far enough where the price action here, or I think this is the 9 EMA. It doesn't mess up my chart, but classic, $1.50 support and resistance on this ticker. I'm not crazy about seeing this one really, really move. It probably still has a lot of back holders from back here, but at the same time, I think we could maybe keep pumping. It has been on a pretty healthy uptrend here, but it looks like most of the time it spikes up, like here. I'm not sure what else in the past. It doesn't have that multi-day continuation. So I would be pretty skeptical if I was, let's say, bought AGRI today as like I saw it on some, I don't know, trading forum, and I was like, oh yeah, this is going to go to the moon. I would be very skeptical of that. I would not be holding on to this one for an overnight swing, not for me. But I think we could maybe find support on this one and could try again later today or something like that, maybe during power hour or something. So those are my thoughts on AGRI. Now, quickly, let's just review these other tickers, and I'm not going to go through each one on the daily because these are the oil and gas companies we've been talking about pretty much every single day, besides PT, which is a penny stock. It just popped up in my scanner and I traded it really fast. So let's just ENSV, let's go pump through this. Look at this, ENSV. Flat top here. I tried for the flat top breakout. Again, no continuation. Now, I got to say on this ticker, also a classic daily chart here, I really fumbled so hard on not trading this one at the open. So we had a nice red to green move, popped up 7-8%, had a perfect 5-minute breakout, 1-minute pullback. I mean, this is like picture perfect trading right here, 16% move. This would have been the trade of the day. I am super upset with myself that I missed that one. That would have been a perfect trade. TLSA, I think this was also a penny stock here. Good front side on the 5-minute and on the 1-minute. I tried to trade this one a few more times to get some good momentum, but by the time I got into it, the volume was also very light on average. I mean, this should be like 3, 4, 5, 600,000 shares being traded per 1 minute. That's like decent volume. This is non-existent volume is what it felt like. So small share size, and I don't know. I think I made money here, then I gave it back here, and then I made a little bit more on the pop, and I was like, ugh, wasting my time. PT, this one popped up really fast, and I traded it really fast. I'm not a big fan of sub dollars. Basically what happened was nothing was looking super hot at the market open besides ENSV, which I wasn't focused on. I should have traded that one. This one popped up really big, strong 5-minute breakout. It had a micro pullback here. I bought into that pullback, popped up to VWAP. I took my profits really fast and walked away. Unfortunately, it was a very small position size, so it was like a 3% winner, but I only made $66. So typically that should be, I'm trying to give you guys perspective here a little bit of like why sometimes I don't feel like it's a green day after I size down, because that should have been like a $300, $400 win. Yeah, IMPP, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I got to start sizing up if I want that. So that's what my next goals are. But I don't want to be sizing up in a warm market and or cold market, a boring, slow market. But the market is heating up in the small cap world, so I think it's time to get aggressive again, size up again. IMPP, ironically, is actually my biggest winner here at $69 profit. A classic, oil and gas company, dead cat bounce popping up here. Now this ticker actually had a really decent front side. The only reason I didn't trade the front side more was because the volume was borderline non-existent. Usually for a $5 stock, I don't really want to be trading it until the volume's over like 200,000 per 1 minute. So that's why I started trading it a little bit more here. But ultimately this was the best front side. It was just like this whole move is 10%. So it's like percentage wise, it's non-existent. It's just really slow rate of change ticker. And yeah, I don't know. I guess I was able to squeeze out some profits on it, just kind of being really scalpy with my trading, but it's really nothing to be too excited about. So yeah, today 5% up based on my average position size. I think that's pretty nice. It feels like in that regard, a pretty good green day, but overall, I feel like it's a red day because I missed that perfect move on AGRI, and I should probably just, I have this kind of thing where I said I'm not going to do any recap videos before 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, because every time I do it, I feel like I miss the move I was waiting for, and today was a good reminder of usually why I have that thought. So I should probably make a rule, like no recap videos before 10 a.m. unless like at 7 a.m. or like at 7:30 I get my move and I finish trading, then obviously I'm not going to wait till like 10 something to make a recap video. I'll probably just film it there and then, but that's a different debate. But if I'm going to wait just another 15 minutes from 9:45 to 10 o'clock and there's that chance of an AGRI happening, I gotta take it. I have to wait those extra 15 minutes, because otherwise I'm going to feel like I do now. And spoiler, if you guys haven't connected the dot, it doesn't feel really good. It's like going to your job, not doing anything for 3 hours, and then, finally you're like, oh, I'm going to go to the bathroom, and then all of a sudden, everything happens. Anyway, guys, I hope you've got some value out of that video, or this video. Don't forget to drop a like on the way out if you did. It's the easiest way to support the channel. If you're totally new, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you part of the community. And also, if you traded AGRI, let me know in the comments below. Let me know how it turned out. Give me some more of that FOMO. I'll cry later. All right, guys, I'll see you then first thing tomorrow morning for the last recap video of the week. Till then, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.